Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Physical Media. My name is John. I'll be joined pretty soon by Matt. But before we dive into today's show, I just wanted to let you guys know that this show will be changing just a little bit. It is now going to be available in podcasts. So you don't have to actually just watch the show on YouTube. But if you do want to watch this show on YouTube, just search Let's Talk Entertainment and Media. And if you do want to just listen to us on podcasts, just search for Let's Talk Entertainment. Either way you want to choose, we really do appreciate it. We wanted to try and make this show a lot easier for people to watch or listen to. We will also have a second podcast show that will be starting this week called Half-Assed Movie Reviews, and this week's first show will be Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But enough of me rambling on, let's dive into the show with Matt and I.
Let's Talk, for short.
Yeah, but there are other Let's Talks out there. Like, actually, we are friends on Twitter with a Let's Talk Sports.
Really?
Yes.
We do not talk about sports at all because sports are not cool.
I'm wearing a Mighty Ducks hat and a Jets sweatshirt, so I like sports.
I like...
Degenerate.
I like action sports.
That's not an action sport. That's sports entertainment.
Yeah. Anything without a ball, I enjoy.
Yeah, no, you really... Yeah, you
ball sports are... not for me.
No. You've never been a sport fan. I, on the other hand, am a sport fan. I like NASCAR and football mostly. Those are my two favorite sports.
Also, I want to note for audio listeners, I have two dogs. We are not in a studio.
No.
We try to do it as best as we could, but one of my dogs right now is chewing on a ball. You might hear that in the background. So, yeah, there's some sounds. We're in a house. We're in a basement. We're in a real-life scenario. So it's not perfect, so...
But... also, for the audio listeners, you got to think of the benefits of that. Yes, you might hear a dog chewing a toy, but you don't have to see Matt's face. And honestly, I'm 100% jealous of that. I see Matt's face way too much, and it's disgusting.
Well, at least people can see my face. Yours, they just see right through because you're clear as...
You were talking about the video, I guess you guys now on Friday saw it, where I guess I was a little blown out.
A little bright.
bright.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Like it looked like that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they put Dee in front of the lights.
Oh yeah,
they have like 42 lights on her, and
the makeup all over her.
She's just lit the fuck up. Yeah. Oh my god, that was funny. I was like, Jesus, John, you got to stop playing with the YouTube Studio or the Premiere.
Yeah, I have. Well,
all the buttons in there, you're turning all the things up.
That was the exposure, but the monitor went out behind me, and it kind of just screwed it up.
There's no excuse for what happened.
I'm sorry. My skin tone is a little bit brighter than most.
Yeah, it's basically clear.
Yeah, pretty much. But as far as physical media goes, because that's what we do here on this channel, is we like to start off with the news. So we're going to be talking about the news that was announced this week in the world of physical media and 4K Blu-rays, more specifically. And Criterion announced their 4K lineup for April.
That is all you, John, because I am
I'm
the biggest Criterion fan.
No, you're not. And I don't think these are
I think they do fantastic work. I just don't think they pick the best movies for my
for your taste
in movies.
Yeah, I'm going to read these four off to you, and you might know one. Triangle of Sadness, which was a 2021 release. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited to. I heard it's a good movie.
I'm unfamiliar.
So I'll actually probably pick the 4K up to watch it for my first experience.
Okay.
Small Axe, which is a collection of films that I actually saw. Steve McQueen directed this, not the Steve McQueen that you probably know from the 50s, but Steve McQueen, the director. He directed this. And it's basically a collection of short films from about, I believe, an hour to 2 hours. And
any relation to the car?
No, nothing to do with the car.
Lightning McQueen.
That's Lightning McQueen.
Right.
Yes, okay. Nothing about that. Nope. So that's a film collection that I really like from a few years ago. I recommend. And then the other one is a very famous film called The Seventh Seal, directed by Ingmar Bergman. I always get their first names mixed up. They're very similar. But this movie is very famous. It's been spoofed a lot. I remember Rocko's Modern Life spoofed this. Even Bill and Ted's. Did you watch the sequel?
The sequel? Yeah.
Bogus Journey?
That's not the third one, right?
No.
Okay, I watched 1 and 2. I did not get to 3 yet.
So 2, they spoofed that with Death. How he's playing all the games with Death.
Yeah.
In The Seventh Seal, the main character is playing chess with Death for his life. Okay. So if he could beat Death in chess, then he gets to keep his life. Very interesting film. Very good film. I don't know how to play chess. The Fisher King is the last one.
You don't know how to play chess? You never played chess? It's like checkers, almost.
It's not like checkers.
It's very similar.
You know how to play chess? Yeah. I don't believe you.
I've played chess.
I swear to God, I don't believe you. There's no way.
It's been so long, but I had a chessboard and checkerboard when I was a kid.
Checkers, I know. Chess is nothing like that.
It's very similar.
No, it is not.
From what I remember, then, well...
Maybe you probably... I guarantee you, I know you. Your parents bought you a checkers board, or they bought you a chessboard. You were just probably jumping pieces like it was checkers.
No, because there's more rules. Like, certain things can't jump, certain things...
Certain things can only move up, certain things can only move left to right. You know, you gotta... I think the goal is to get the other person's...
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but I remember I've played chess, maybe not correctly. I don't know.
And then last but not least, from Criterion, The Fisher King, which I own this Criterion Blu-ray, but this is a 4K upgrade. Just like The Seventh Seal. They're 4K upgrades from their previous Blu-rays.
Didn't know you were into fishing.
Nothing to do with fishing. The Fisher King stars, though, Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges. So
interesting title if it's not about fishing.
No, it has nothing to do with fishing. Actually, it's about death and grief, really. Jeff Bridges plays a shock jock.
Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, somebody ought to hit you on the head.
Basically a DJ like Howard Stern kind of esque.
Okay.
And he's like on the radio just rambling and telling people like, you got to go out and you got to take the world back. And one guy takes this literally and goes out and kills Robin Williams' wife. And Jeff Bridges blames himself. So it's about their connection, and there's a lot of imagery in this. It's directed by Terry Gilliam, who directed 12 Monkeys, which you know. So he makes you've seen 12 Monkeys. They're weird movies.
Yeah, a little odd.
Yeah, he's from the Monty Python stuff.
Okay, that's like Mel Brooks and all that stuff.
Is Mel Brooks coming from that? I can't remember.
Didn't Mel Brooks do Monty Python?
No, he didn't. No, Monty Python is something else. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Life of Brian, that's all a whole different troupe.
That's not Mel Brooks.
No, that is not Mel Brooks.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Positive.
We're HIV positive.
I've never seen them. But I just had a conversation over the Christmas holiday with my uncle about this stuff, and he mentioned Mel Brooks and the Monty Python stuff and Blazing Saddles and stuff, all in the same category. Well,
maybe. I could be wrong, though I don't know enough about Mel Brooks. I just know that Mel Brooks, he's the guy who directed Spaceballs, Young Frankenstein, which is my favorite of his films, History of the World Part 1, which I think History of the World Part 2 is coming out this year.
Okay.
There's a trailer that just came out. He makes just spoof and satire movies. Really good ones, too. Like Blazing Saddles is a satire spoof of Westerns. Young Frankenstein's a spoof of all the Universal monsters. Spaceballs, I think we could figure it out.
Yes.
So, although I am not the biggest Spaceballs fan.
I don't love it either, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I have the Kino Lorber 4K.
I know you do.
And, I
got your Blu-ray because of that.
Oh, yeah? That was a nice steelbook.
Steelbook. It is a nice steelbook.
Yeah, it's not the best movie. Not terrible. Still good. I enjoy it, but it could be better.
Yeah, the jokes don't always work for me, and that's the same thing with Monty Python. It's like that British sense of humor, so it's very dry, and it doesn't always hit for me. Now, there are some that does, and John Cleese and everything.
Combing the desert with a giant comb?
Yeah. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not going to lie. Or when they say, we've been jammed, and it's like, it's actual jam drip and all that. That's a funny, clever joke.
Pizza the Hut. I like that one. Big fan of that.
Yeah. I also like the freaking, there's some good jokes. They just
Pizza Hut, man. I miss Pizza Hut.
I was talking to Faith, my wife, about Pizza Hut today.
I think they're coming back.
Pizza Hut should come back. That's some of the best fast food.
But I think they are because we live on Long Island, Long Island, New York, and for a while you can only get Pizza Hut either in Target and
they had
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, yeah, tie-ins, which is crazy because those are my top 2 fast food places.
So now I noticed right down the road in Middle Island there is a
Pizza Hut.
There's a Pizza Hut.
I know. I ordered from there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but it's not a standalone.
No,
it's in a strip mall.
Yeah, I know.
And there's another one of those.
Sad we don't got the actual Hut anymore.
I think Huntington has one, and it's funny because there's still a lot of the Huts that changed into other buildings.
I know.
And you'd be like, that was
the
a
one by
Pizza
the
Hut.
Coram Home Depot is really obvious.
That's like a thrift store or a seafood place. It's next to a thrift. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
How the mighty have fallen.
Big shame.
I know,
because
the days of
guy.
Yeah, you probably. I mean, even if you find a Pizza Hut, I'm sure the salad bar is gone. We can get the unlimited breadsticks. If they were actually unlimited, or I was just taking breadsticks. I can't remember.
Yeah, who knows? Who's to say? But the red cups and Pizza Hut was great. Big fan.
Me too. Out of all those Criterion releases, I'm going to say that you're not interested in any.
No, sir, no.
No. Okay, well, you will get my Fisher King when I eventually upgrade to that 4K. And I think you should check it out. I think you'll like it.
I want it.
Robin Williams. Has Robin Williams ever made a bad movie for you?
The ones I've seen, I all like.
Yeah. I even like Bicentennial Man. Have you ever seen it?
I remember that movie.
And Flubber. I saw Flubber in theaters.
Flubber wasn't bad.
No, I saw Flubber in the movies.
I mean, for me, Robin Williams, that's Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's your number one?
I think. Yeah.
I think you could figure out my number one.
I'm drawing a blank.
Jumanji.
Oh, shit. That was Robin Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Jumanji.
Yeah, that might nudge out Mrs. Doubtfire.
Not that I don't love Mrs. Doubtfire. It was a drive-by fruiting. Or was it? Oh, it was a run-by fruiting.
No,
the terrorists, they ran that way. It was a run by fruiting.
I think it was a drive. Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, I just watched Mrs. Doubtfire like a couple weeks ago. Holds up.
Holds up very well.
Great movie, yeah. I absolutely love that one. I watched that a lot as a kid.
Me too. That was a big one.
But yeah, Jumanji was another big one for me.
That was my probably number one childhood film.
I actually just got that on 4K and I haven't watched it yet.
Do
you have that 4K?
No, I only have it on Blu-ray, and it's an early 4K, and I get a little bit skittish when it comes to early 4Ks.
Yeah, it's a lot of them won't have the Dolby Vision, but I imagine it's going to be better than the Blu-ray. I hope it's better than the Blu-ray.
I hope so too. And as far as other news goes, we got two big announcements. Both of them for Paramount, but you said one of them is a Paramount Presents. And the first one is a favorite of, I guess, both you and me. I couldn't tell if you were making fun of me through text message. Is The Core.
Oh, no, I like The Core.
Oh, you do like The Core?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were making fun of me, because
Yes.
I do like The Core a lot.
I do like The Core a lot as well, but it's similar to Deep Impact.
It came out the same year.
Yeah, and so it's like...
I prefer The Core. I might be the only
So on Kind of Funny, Nick Scarpino he would say, you can't like both, you can only like one.
I'm the Core guy.
And he's a fan of the Deep Impact, so he's on Team Deep Impactors.
I feel like most people like Deep Impact more, but I always like The Core.
I get them confused. I'd have to sit down and watch them both.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Then I can give you an answer.
That does happen in movies a lot, where like a similar movie comes out the same year that like it's strange.
That is strange. But I am very excited for that. We don't have Deep Impact on 4K.
No, we don't.
I think there's a Shout Blu-ray of that.
Of Deep Impact?
Or it might be The Core. One of the two have a Shout Blu-ray, I believe. Or I could be mistaken, but...
I mean, you're really leaving every option open. Here's Deep Impact and Blu-ray.
Oh, you know what it is? See that font?
Yeah.
You know how Shout puts their little label on there?
Yeah.
I think I looked at it quick and thought that said Shout Factory in small font.
Because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, so it's probably not a
Not
thing.
seeing it here, Lloyd.
Yeah, might have been a mistake. My mistake.
What
else?
Then the other big one.
Oh, are we talking Red Eye?
That's yours.
Yes, this is a big one because I just reviewed Double Jeopardy, actually. And that's my first Paramount Presents...
Release,
yes. And I said, you know what, I really like this packaging and what Paramount Presents line looks like. So I was like, I got to check out and see what I missed and kind of keep an eye on that in the future. And then a day or so later, we get Red Eye, and we've been chomping at the bit for Red Eye.
Because it never had a Blu-ray release.
It never had a Blu-ray release at all, and that's like one of the last Wes Craven movies I need in my collection. So I was...
That and Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah. And I was very excited when I saw that, so I can't wait. We just watched that, over the summer, I think?
Well, because we did a Wes...
on Hulu?
Yeah, we did a Wes Craven video, so we were watching it.
Red Eye, fantastic movie.
It really is underrated. And
I saw that in theaters.
So did I.
Oh, okay.
I probably saw it with you. Cillian Murphy, though, man. And he's got a movie...
Scarecrow.
Yeah, he's got a movie coming out this year, Oppenheimer. Actually, another Nolan movie, because he's in a lot of Nolan movies. He's in that, he's in Inception.
Inception's a good one.
Inception's great. Well, you said you didn't like Inception.
I never said that.
Well, you said you don't remember it, or there was something. You insulted Inception.
I don't think so.
I feel like you did.
You got the wrong guy.
Never been mistaken before.
You walked out of the house looking like that. That was a big mistake.
Yeah? Fuck you. One thing I wanted to ask you, because we made a promise to everybody last week that we were going to do a Tarantino video. Well, that's been delayed because Matt took a break. I think you only watched one Tarantino movie this week and one Tarantino cousin movie, I guess we'll call it.
Yes, I have two left. I have Hateful Eight and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, Hateful Eight, that's a 2.5-hour movie, so not like the shortest thing out there. So that's a bit of a commitment to jump into. And, it's... Me and John have this, like, weird thing when we watch movies. We want to relate it to the season or what's going on in real life. So this movie takes place in the snow. It is January in Long Island, so it's cold, but not very cold.
It's been a warm winter so far.
It's been a very mild winter. Yeah. So, like, I feel like I'm not ready to watch that because we haven't got any snow. We haven't got any really cold weather. I want to... I want to get the fireplace going or the pellet stove going and sit down here and enjoy that movie in the snow. And it's a first-time watch because that's the last Tarantino movie that I haven't seen because I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood before.
Yep, I think you'll enjoy that one. It's funny, I said this before, but I saw The Hateful Eight on a day when it was snowing from my first vacation from my job that I have now. And I thought, I'm going to go to the movies. Nobody was there. It was just me in the theater because it was snowing outside. I had a Jeep at the time, so... I was able to make the trip, and I had a good time. I think you'll enjoy the movie.
Yeah, I think so, too. I haven't been able to commit the 2.5 hours to it.
It's a lot of time. It is a lot of time.
I was going to watch it last night, but I chose a 90-minute movie instead, which was still Quentin Tarantino related, and that was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Welcome to slavery.
No thanks. I already had a wife.
Yeah, he wrote it, and he stars in it.
Yes. And that's my second watch through because I remember the first time I watched it, I wasn't too hot on that. I tried it again, and I actually really enjoyed it this time.
Yeah, that cast is stacked. In that
Harvey
movie.
Keitel.
Yeah.
We have a very, very young Danny Trejo.
Yes.
A young Salma Hayek.
That might have been her first movie or very early.
George Clooney.
George Clooney, yeah. He's still on ER, George Clooney, and still looks handsome.
Obviously Quentin Tarantino, Harvey Keitel.
What did you think of Tarantino's performance in that?
I think it was fine because that's the character. He was a bit of a weirdo,
Yeah.
Not every bolt was tight.
Okay.
He had a couple screws loose.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I think that, I get
like
that he's buddies with Rodriguez, but I don't know. I would have cast someone else, I feel like.
I was just talking about Hello Tushy before we started, and I just got an email. And I was telling you because I listened to the Steve-O's Wild Ride podcast, and he's talking about his asshole and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's jackass.
So Hello Tushy just emailed me, and it says, your shit has shipped. Because I bought one. I wanted to try it out.
So you got sold on the ad?
Steve-O sold me,
Steve-O sold you a Hello Tushy? You see?
Yeah, but it says, your shit has shipped. We're en route to your bum. So, they're really playing into it. They're leaning into that, and that's funny. I like that.
That is funny. I guess it's like...
Maybe we can reach out to them and say, hey, we would like to promote Hello Tushy.
Yeah, well, you let me know how that is. I'm sure you're looking forward to getting some water sprayed up your ass.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Good luck for you. I'm happy for you.
Save on toilet paper.
I guess. You act like it's so expensive.
It adds up, especially when you use the amount we use.
That's true. But I believe that is actually it for news. Surprisingly, not too much news lately, but Criterion announcing their stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, for you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. One thing I wanted to ask you, actually, not one thing I wanted to ask you. So something pretty cool just happened. You looked at your phone, you got an email. I looked at my phone. We got a question right as we were talking.
No shit.
Yep. So
how many questions do we have this week?
We got 2.
Oh, okay.
It was a little bit of a light week, but I did give very short notice. Because we used to record on Saturdays. Now we record mostly on Fridays, and I put that post out on Thursdays. So it's like, I don't really...
So start putting them up Wednesdays.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
What about audio listeners? Where can they... I guess they can just go to YouTube, right?
Yeah, so follow us on YouTube, subscribe, and then you can see all the posts. And especially since our other podcast, which we still haven't ironed out a name, but we're going to figure it out right now. We're going to have another podcast / video that's going to be on YouTube where we just will discuss one movie a week. And you will choose that movie, but we chose the first movie. But you'll
is that true?
Yeah.
They're going to choose?
Yeah, but we'll pick 4. We're going to give you...
I don't know if I like that rule.
No? Why? Because where you get to pick the 4 options, they get to pick from the options.
Oh, we pick... Okay.
So, we'll give you guys 4 options.
Because, we can get another Serbian film.
Yeah, no. Uncle V's not picking.
He's not allowed.
He's not allowed. Maybe we'll let him pick one of the 4 options that they can pick from, but he can't give us the actual choice.
Yeah, I guess people can write in and say what they would like, and then we'll throw them in a hat, and then
and those will be
then they get narrowed down that way.
Yeah, so go to youtube.com and look for Let's Talk Entertainment Media. You'll pick from there. But this week on that particular podcast show is going to be Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
I'll be back.
Hell yeah!
So that we figured might as well start it off with something good. We were thinking maybe
the best. Maybe the best.
Maybe. We'll see. We both did rewatch it. So we're going to call that probably either half-assed movie reviews or shut up, it's starting. We haven't picked yet.
Yeah, we're still playing around with it.
By the time you guys see this, though, we would have picked because we would have already recorded it.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't even matter.
Well, a little behind the scenes. We don't know yet.
Yeah, but we'll figure it out. But look forward to that because Terminator 2, classic.
Yes, very good, very good.
Yep.
Great movie.
So, let me ask you that Kevin L. question that just came in. It's only fair we start off with him, right?
Go ahead, shoot.
All right, Kevin L. asks, what are your top 5 sports movies of all time?
Well, as I spoke
right at
earlier
the
in the
beginning.
podcast, I hate sports. However, there are some sports movies I don't mind watching. You know,
Okay.
first thing that goes to mind, Mighty Ducks. You know, right?
Yep.
Big Mighty Ducks guy, Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Ducks guy. I mean, D1, D2, D3. I like them all.
Did you watch the series on Disney?
No, I think I started it, but it was like not great, right?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't play around with the, leave some stuff in the past.
Yeah, no, I don't remember if I watched it, and if I did, that says it wasn't great because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Another one. So I was very young at the time. This is not a ball sport, but remember this? It was on the Disney Channel. Remember that movie Motocrossed?
Yes.
With the girl that rides the dirt bike that she's impersonating her brother. Big fan of that movie.
Of course you are. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, big.
I
dirt bike
expected
guy.
you to say Rad or something like that. Like
The Disney movie ones. What was the Leprechaun movie? Luck of the Irish.
Luck of
right?
the Irish, yeah.
that one was pretty good.
There is actually a Disney sports movie I remember, but I can never put a name to it. But it's about a hockey player or somebody, a hockey player who dies, and he comes back to life as a girl, and he's like friends with his old girlfriend. I think he becomes a figure skater now because he was a good ice skater. I saw this movie once. I cannot remember the name of it, and I've tried to look it up, but I can't figure it out. So if anyone knows, please let me know.
That flew over my radar. Another one comes to mind. Big one for me. Space Jam.
Space Jam. You've never seen anything like it.
Space Jam is a big one, and there's one that I know you love that you're leaving out, but Space Jam is definitely an all-timer for people in our age group. Came out in 96. Michael Jordan at the height of Michael Jordan, which I don't even know. Can you even tell me how many championships Michael Jordan won with the Chicago Bulls?
8.
No. Close, though. He won 6.
Oh, okay.
He did 3.
That was going to be my first guess, actually.
Really? Yeah. He did 2 3-peats.
I have no idea. But he played baseball, too, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least he did in Space Jam.
Well, actually, that's a true story. So he did leave basketball for a while to go play minor league baseball.
I have 2 more that come to mind.
I'm waiting to hear the one that I'm thinking of.
And I think I'm about to say it, The Sandlot.
Yes.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yes, that was a big...
The Sandlot, that's a big one. Love The Sandlot. Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. First time I've ever seen Dennis Leary.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, the James Earl Jones.
Yeah. Yep. And the second one I was about to say slipped my mind.
You always reminded me of one of the kids from Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked like him when you were younger.
Not sure if this one counts, but basketball.
Basketball counts. Not a real sport, but still counts.
But,
They're playing a sport.
That's my type of sports movie.
And they hit on all the sports movie
and
tropes.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball's great.
Dodgeball. What's my favorite scene from Dodgeball? When he Dodgeball is just an amazing movie.
From beginning to end, Dodgeball was great.
When it was towards the end when it was what's his name? Who's our guy that we love?
Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller.
No. Jeepers Creepers kid.
Oh, Justin Long.
Justin Long, yes.
Yeah.
So Justin Long is he comes down onto the court, and his girlfriend screams from the stand. She goes, "I love you," and then Ben Stiller pegs him with a ball, and he goes, "Joni loves Chachi." I absolutely love that.
I actually love it.
Ben Stiller is amazing in that movie.
Oh, he's perfect, but he's playing the exact same role he played in fucking Heavyweights. You got to admit it.
Yeah, I was just about to mention Heavyweights, but yeah, Heavyweights is another excellent movie.
He also steals the show in Happy Gilmore for me. He's the best scene in Happy Gilmore when he's in.
That's the one where he's in the orderly.
He's
right?
the orderly in the old, and
yeah.
and then he's making them all work knit quilts so he could sell them. And the one girl goes up to him, she's like, "My hands hurt," and he's like, "Oh, your hands hurt? Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty." Yeah. Does anyone else's hands hurt?
Yeah, Ben Stiller's great. I love Ben Stiller.
He's hysterical. He's underrated as a comedian.
That's a good one. So I think that's more than 5.
Well, yeah,
sports
that's for
movies
you,
me.
but well, I love sports movies, so I'm gonna rattle off a few of my personal favorites. Speaking of James Earl Jones, Darth Vader, like you said, Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner from the '80s.
Never saw it.
Beautiful movie, heartfelt movie. The scene that always gets me is with the doctor when he comes off the field where he was a young minor league baseball player and he helps the little girl, Kevin Costner's daughter. I'll cry every time. But my all-time favorite sports movie is Major League. Starring Charlie Sheen, Wesley Snipes as Willie Mays Hayes. We've actually used Major League clips from the movie in our videos. You probably never even realized.
Is it a comedy?
It's a comedy, 100% a comedy. Okay. That's the way you, with Wild Thing, that's what Charlie Sheen plays. He's a pitcher. Who else is in that movie? I think Tom, not Sizemore, Tom something. I'm drawing a blank on his name. But I think Rachel Russo is in this movie too, but it's just stacked cast. Up and down, hysterical. I love Major League. There's 2 sequels, don't watch them. But Major League is definitely up there. Hoosiers with Gene Hackman. That's a big basketball movie. You don't like any football movies?
Does Talladega Nights?
That counts, NASCAR. That counts?
Yeah. A big one, and Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder 100% counts. That would probably be my favorite. I didn't even consider it. I was just going. I always go baseball, basketball in my head. But I mean, I guess you can count Air Bud and its 7 sequels.
Yeah, Air Bud.
Air Bud. You ever looked at the names of Air Bud?
No.
They're all just puns on other movies.
Really?
I mean, on sports. It's
really?
like, yeah, I'm gonna read you off a couple of these.
Yeah, I don't. I lost track of Air Bud after maybe the second one.
Do you even remember?
I think I outgrew it.
All right, I'm gonna read you the titles. The first one's Air Bud.
Okay.
Second one, Air Bud Golden Receiver. Number 3, Air Bud World Pup. This one is called Air Bud 7th Inning Fetch.
Jeez.
The first Air Bud's good though.
Yeah, I remember him. And after seeing that title, what was the one with the soccer movie?
Oh, World MVP, Most Valuable Primate.
No, the fat kid from Sandlot.
Oh my God, the soccer movie, Something Green, I think.
Yeah, and then I'm also thinking of another one, Little Giants.
Little Giants is a great one.
I forgot about Little Giants.
How could we forget about
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Icebox. We talked about it a little bit last week about movies that never came to Blu-ray, and that's one of them. Yeah, Little Giants.
I forgot about Little Giants.
Love Little Giants.
And what's his name's in that?
Rick Moranis.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
we just talked about him in Spaceballs.
Yes.
Rick Moranis. I love Rick Moranis. I mean, Ghostbusters. Come on, that's probably his best movie, right?
He's not a very big part in that movie, though. I mean, he's part of it, but...
I've never told anyone this, and actually we've probably never talked about this movie, but Honey, I Shrunk Your Kids has a couple sequels. My favorite is Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. Have you ever seen that movie?
Maybe.
I watched that movie probably 100 times when I was a kid. Basically, it's the reverse. He uses a shrinking machine, but he accidentally makes his kid gigantic, and he's going down the Las Vegas Strip and like destroying it. He plays even the guitar from the Hard Rock Cafe.
I remember seeing a lot of those. I don't remember it's been years and years and years since I watched any of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies.
Oh yeah, I used to even love the third one. I can't. Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves, or Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, which was the third one. Yeah, again, Disney movies. It's kind of what I grew up on.
Yes, same.
You know, but as far as sports movies, yeah, I think we hit all the big ones. Major League would definitely be my favorite.
I think we hit them all.
No, there's sports movies come out all the time. You know, like there was just a sports movie starring Ben Stiller that came out last year or 2 years ago called The Way Back, where he plays he was an ex-basketball player. Now he's an alcoholic. He's trying to recover. You know the whole movie trope kind of deal, but he overcomes.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, actually, another one relates to the Steve-O podcast I was just listening to. Can you name the David Arquette sports movie?
Ready to Rumble.
That's it.
I knew you were going to bring Ready to Rumble.
Not on Blu-ray, to my knowledge.
Well, that was during the dying days of WCW. That movie came out.
I would still.
David Arquette is a WCW champion.
I know he is.
Yeah, you know that.
I do know that.
You know all about how that kind of is like considered one. Oh, you've watched all the Monday Night Wars stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
Very fascinating stuff.
You should check out that podcast, the one where they get into a lot of the wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I told you, I love Steve-O, but his voice is sometimes a little hard for me to listen to his podcasts.
Good podcast. He's got some great guests. Tommy Lee was my favorite one so
I know,
far.
you said that. You love Tommy Lee, which, Matt has a review he desperately wanted to review, was The Dirt.
Yes.
which came out in 2019, but Matt caught up to it.
I just rediscovered Motley Crue.
Yeah, apparently.
Big Crue guy now. Big Crue guy.
Yeah, Motley Crue is great.
They are great, yeah.
I'm surprised you just didn't get. We just watched Pam and Tommy last year.
I just like Tommy Lee. I like Motley Crue.
Yeah,
And I actually, because I've been listening to their greatest hits, and I never realized how many of those songs were actually Motley Crue. Just because, I put them on Pandora. I know all the songs. I just never really knew that was Motley Crue.
Well, they didn't do Smoking in the Boys' Room. They just covered it.
Who did it?
The original? I don't fucking know. I just know that they're not the originals. That's like a 50s.
Didn't Alice Cooper do that too?
No, you're thinking of School's Out.
School's Out, yeah.
School's Out for summer.
Yep.
He made a song about... that song sounds so hard. Was that in Dazed and Confused?
Probably, yeah. Definitely.
Definitely?
Yeah, when they put the speaker up in the window.
Oh, okay, they did put School's Out. Because I know that they opened with an Aerosmith song. Can you name the Aerosmith song?
Sweet Emotion.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, Dazed and Confused is great. Doesn't that come out in 4K next month?
Yeah, from Criterion. I can't wait for that. That was the whole point of that movie, was just to get Aerosmith tickets.
That movie is great.
That was the quest.
I just watched The Gentleman, too, last night, which is a good 4K, and Matthew McConaughey's still banging him out. He's great in that movie. That movie's underrated.
When the lion's hungry, he eats.
I think McConaughey is pretty good. I like him.
He's always good. Yeah. Even in some bad movies. Like, I don't really like rom-coms. Like, I do like rom-coms, but, like, some of them are really bad. But, like, anytime he was in them, like, I loved him. I thought he was great. We got one more question we have to answer. So, this actually came in from last week. This is from Rich Rudemeister. Just wondered, you guys have a favorite comedy/spoof movie? I would love to see the following get 4K releases. American Pie 1 through 3 plus Reunion. The Scary Movie Collection. Hot Shots 1 and 2, Police Squad 1 through 3, Dracula Dead and Loving It, Weird Science, Superhero the Movie, and A Weekend at Bernie's. My favorite spoof movie of all time is probably the first one I really ever saw, and that's because of my age, which I'm 30 years old, or almost 31, and that was Scary Movie.
Okay, so that's where we're going with... Yeah, that's probably my first really...
spoof movie
that
too.
I can think of.
But I love all the Wayne, like all the Keenan Ivory Wayans directed spoof movies, like I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, or Don't Be a Menace in South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood.
That's a good one.
I love all those.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know you liked that movie.
What, Don't Be a Menace in South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood? I love that movie.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I would have never pegged you.
Bernie Mac and that.
I
It's so great.
never pegged you on that.
I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips. I hate black keys on the piano.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I just watched that not too long ago.
Oh my god, does that have a Blu-ray release?
I'm not sure because I streamed it, so probably not. Or maybe I just didn't look. I don't know.
There's so many jokes. The Wayans are just... I love the Wayans brothers, man.
Yeah, scary movies, those are great, especially the first two.
Which were the only two directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Okay, yeah, the first two were fantastic, and then it kind of...
Yeah, the third one was 50-50. It has some good jokes. I really liked actually the little joke in there with the hat, how the sheriff's hat keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger through the scenes.
You wouldn't consider Scream a spoof movie, right?
No, I would say that's more of a meta film.
Okay.
Like a spoof is more like Airplane. Anything that's making fun of another movie. Yeah, Spaceballs 100% a spoof movie that's making fun. All Mel Brooks movies are spoof movies. We were talking about Mel Brooks earlier. That's what he does. Like Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
I'm thinking...
But for me, Airplane, that's a huge one. And the people who made Airplane, they based it off of, I believe, the Airport films, and it's just making fun of the 70s disaster movies.
You know what I really like a lot? I guess you could consider it a movie. The Family Guy Blue Harvest.
Those are 100% spoofs. And I would say they're a movie.
Yeah.
Hold your fire? What are we paying by the laser now?
You don't do the budget, Terry. I do.
The first one in particular was the best.
They spoofed Star Wars better than anything else.
Yeah, no, they did a fantastic job with that.
They did.
Big fan of those Family Guy ones.
Have you ever seen the Hot Shots movies?
Hot Shots.
With Charlie Sheen and
no, I don't think so.
No, they were making fun of like the 80s action movies. You would actually really like them. Like they make fun of Top Gun.
What about
Rambo.
Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder's I consider that a spoof movie.
Yeah.
Or at least a satire. That's more of a satire than a spoof because they're satiring the movie business, war movies, action movies. Just the movie business in general. RoboCop is technically a satire. I've told you this before.
Define satire.
So satire is basically... So a spoof is a complete, like, making fun of something.
Right.
Satire would be more like commentary on something while also, like, kind of, like, taking a shot at it. Like, the way RoboCop is a satire, it's a satire on corporations. Like, the cops are owned by a business. Like, you know, the real cops are not. They're owned by the government. They're the government's, like, you know, funded thing. But, like, what would happen if a privately owned business owned the police? They could do what they want.
Gotcha.
So that's a satire on corporations.
I see.
So anything in line with that is considered a satire. Scream is a satire of horror movies.
Roger.
Yep.
Okay.
So you understand?
Got it.
Yep. So I think that's the best way to explain that. So I guess technically Scream does fall in line with this, but it's not a spoof. It's a satire.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting, right? It's a little more to it, I feel like.
Not really.
Oh, Kevin sent us another question, so we can perfectly... This leads in perfectly. So Kevin also said, Kevin L. Top 5 favorite actors and favorite 4K disc from each.
Jesus.
This is actually pretty easy for me. So I'm going to start off with my favorite actor of all time while you think, because I know that you have a hard time with thinking.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer this.
Yeah, well, I can. Because like we said, Kevin, I'm liking your videos live on camera. So, ooh. So now you know when we filmed. So top 5 actors in their 4K. So my favorite actor is Tom Hanks. And my favorite 4K from him is actually Philadelphia. It's a really good 4K. It's TriStar, which is a Sony company, and it looks gorgeous. So that is my favorite.
I don't really have a favorite actor. I mean, I like Arnold a lot.
Oh, yeah. And
I like...
does Arnold have a favorite 4K for you?
I like Keanu a lot. I mean, favorite 4K for Arnold? It's kind of hard, actually, because my favorite Arnold movies aren't on 4K. Well, T2 is not really...
We don't want to talk about that yet. But The Running Man has a nice 4K.
Running Man's a good 4K, yep.
Yeah, a lot of his movies, although I got to say, I watched Kindergarten Cop, and that Blu-ray was really nice.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I texted you, and you ignored it. I said that I was, like, really impressed with this Blu-ray. And Arnold has a beard in Kindergarten Cop.
I just picked up that Bluray, actually.
It's a good one. It really is a good Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'm a big Arnold guy. I'm just looking around.
Denzel's really high.
I love Ace Ventura. I mean,
Jim
I
Carrey.
love Jim Carrey, yeah.
Oh, you want to get mad at me?
What?
I was going to text you this today, but I figured I'd wait. I'm really in the mood to watch a certain movie starring Jim Carrey that is on 4K that I've been telling you I don't want to ever buy.
That's on 4K.
Yeah, that I said I don't need to upgrade it, but now I want to upgrade it.
Oh, it's a Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked today to see if I can get it from South Setauket because I actually wanted to watch it today. I'm really in the mood to watch Batman Forever.
Big Batman Forever guy right here. I love it. I watched it recently.
I don't know if Jim Carrey makes my top 5 actors of all time, but he was my favorite actor growing up because I grew up on Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and...
Yeah, you know, there's, you know, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's in my top 5.
He's great.
Batman that's my favorite 4K for
big Batman guy.
And even
I don't really have a favorite actor. I have favorite movies, you know?
Yeah, I get that. It's a lot harder now. Like, De Niro's still, like, you know, he has...
De Niro's great.
You know, Denzel. It's, you know, how do you pick against Denzel?
I love Travolta.
Travolta, yeah. You do love Travolta.
I love Travolta, yeah.
Because you even like the bad Travolta movies.
Yeah, Travolta is pretty up there for me.
I can't believe how much you like Travolta. I mean,
he's fucking awesome.
He'll always be Vincent Vega to me from Pulp Fiction.
He's a fucking great dancer too.
Oh, he can dance. He can sing. He can do it all.
Yeah, he's
just got to keep his head bald, man. He looks so good with bald and a beard, like in Taking Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Pulls that look off.
I like. I'm a big Travolta guy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what
favorite 4K Travolta.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't get that Saturday Night Fever 4K, but I heard it's pretty bad. Pretty
Grease
bad.
is actually a good one too.
Is it? You know, I got to revisit that. Everyone loves Grease. I don't really like Grease. I don't know.
Grease.
I know everyone loves Grease.
Love Grease.
Everyone does. I'm the only person who really just like,
great movie.
I can't do it.
Great movie.
I mean, if you go actress, I'm a big Emma Stone fan, and I love her movies.
Okay. Talking females.
Yeah, if you go, they're actors. Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
Sigourney.
Sigourney, is that?
Sigourney, yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, yeah.
Yeah, no.
You know, Aliens, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson is coming up my list. She plays Valkyrie in she's in Creed, the Creed movies.
I like RDJ a lot too.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. has had quite a career.
He's great.
He is great. He is great, but like he's even back in U.S. Marshals. He was great.
Hi, Tex.
Oh my God! Look at him looking at us.
What are you doing, handsome boy?
Why are you licking your lips?
What are you doing? Come here. On the screen, you can see, if you guys, audio listeners, one of my other dogs came down to give us a visit.
Yep.
And he's making an appearance on camera. See the back of his big old head.
Now he's sitting down.
All right, so I think we pretty much answered that question.
Yeah.
As best as I can, at least.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite actor. And I probably have more favorite directors now, especially now. There's not. You know who we forgot? Who we both love him, and everyone makes fun of us for loving him. We forgot Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, man.
Yeah, how do we forget? You know what it is? This question, like we said, came in while I didn't have any time. Like usually I make like a list, and but yeah, I don't know how I forgot Tom Cruise.
And then I get overwhelmed and I panic when I see something like this because it's just hard for me.
You gotta really just go through your entire mind.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But Tom Cruise, yeah, no, that's Cole Trickle. That's Goose, not Goose. I'm sorry, that's Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick. Yeah, Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt. I can't wait for Dead Reckoning this year.
Yeah, very exciting. I'm excited to crack open those Mission Impossible 4K.
I've been in the mood actually lately.
Yes, so have I. But I've been trying to watch stuff I haven't watched yet because I have the tendency to just rewatch stuff I've seen.
I know. I have that problem too.
It's real tough.
Like I just said, I'm like in the mood to watch Batman Forever. I've seen Batman Forever 1,000 times.
Well, I asked you before we started filming, should I watch Terminator 3 tonight, which I've seen?
Yeah.
Or should I watch From Dusk Till Dawn Part 2?
Which you haven't seen.
Which I have not seen.
I haven't seen that either.
And where are we going to land? I don't know.
Still got a little time.
Still do not know.
But that is going to do it for us this week on Let's Talk Physical Media. So again, like we said, this is on podcast and on YouTube. So whichever one you want to check us out on, we would really appreciate it if you like it and if you subscribe to it, because we're going to be doing this every single week. Mm-hmm. And leave some questions, some comments for next week's episode of Let's Talk Physical Media so we can answer them here on the air, because that's really our favorite thing to do. So for the questions we did get this week, thank you guys all so much.
No Uncle V questions.
No Uncle V questions still.
But come back next week and find out if I watched Terminator 3 or From Dusk Till Dawn Part 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a big mystery that people are going to want answered. Yes. So anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for being a fan of Let's Talk, and we'll be seeing you around.